oh, I'm not getting the respect I want from this girl or this and that. Whereas now I don't engage in those imaginary battles in my head and that imaginary audience. I just try and focus on the moment and recognize that my life is really good. I get to do what I love. I get to, talk to you guys. I get to do all these fucking great things, and I'm not letting my identity fucking stranglehold me anymore. I'm not living for what Johnny Jerkoff in high school would think about me. I'm not living for what, this girl that I hooked up with once would think about me, or, a girl that I met at the club. I'm not living for what she thinks about me, or I'm not living for what my parents think about me, or I'm not living for any of those things. Because when you strip your social identity away from that stuff can't hurt you, okay? It can't hurt you what someone else thinks, right? And I'm not even talking about like what someone thinks in person or what someone says to you in person. That's only a small part of it. The much more damaging one is your own mental train of thought, where you're thinking about what the other people think about you all the time, and your identity, your reputation. I used to do this all the time, like my reputation, and it fucking strangled me, dude. It fucking strangled me on every level. And it doesn't matter because no one's thinking about me. They're all thinking about their own reputation, They're all thinking about what I think about them or what everyone else thinks about them. Okay, they barely think about me. Okay, once you recognize that, you're like, man, I don't have to worry about this shit anymore. I don't have to worry about my reputation. I can just let it go. Okay? It is one of the most liberating mentalities that I've ever taken on. Now, it's not gonna happen in a day, all right? If someone talks shit to my face, I'm gonna get upset. Most likely. But how often does that happen? Maybe once every 5 years, probably. Okay? Because I don't surround myself around bad people. It's very rare that people are disrespectful to my face. Okay? And, there will be people around me that I won't like, and I just stop hanging out with them. All right? It is harder to do when it happens in person, and it might take you, a couple hours to get over it, or maybe a few days if you're used to getting angry like I was, but you get better with it, okay? I'm not saying I'm perfect at it. I still have a big ego, and I'm still tied into it in a lot of ways, but it is so much better, and my life is so much better once I started dropping that social identity and dropping that, living for that imaginary audience. And it becomes much easier when it's not in person, okay? Like when you're just dealing with the imaginary audience in your head, I'm so much better at handling that. Now, once a day, I'll still, 3-4 times a day, I'll get caught up in like a negative trance about what someone would think about me, or like something's not going the way that I wanted to, and then I'll just catch it and I'll be like, wait a second, it doesn't matter. None of that can hurt me unless I let it hurt me, right? That's just thoughts. That's just thoughts that none of that physically hurts me, okay? It's only hurting me because I'm letting it. And then I'm like, just drop it. Just drop my social identity, drop the imaginary audience, drop the ego, and then I'm like, I'm great. It's sunny. I get to go on my motorbike. I get to do a video. Oh my God, it's so good. Oh my God, I've been letting myself get hurt by my social identity and this imaginary audience my whole life, and it doesn't even matter. And I just drop it, and it's just beautiful. So do me a favor and try that, okay? Fuck the imaginary audience. Fuck Johnny Jerkoff from high school. Fuck letting your social identity put a stranglehold on your happiness, and start living for the moment. Start living for now, and start feeling good about yourself, and not letting those negative aspects of what everyone else thinks about you affect your life, because no one is thinking about you, all right? Not in a bad way, okay? In a good way, in a liberating way, in that you get to create your own reality. Your entire reality is always within your consciousness. It's all within you. I'm just a character in your reality talking to you right now. I'm just a character talking to you in your consciousness. You get to control your own consciousness. You get to control and manage your entire motherfucking reality, okay? You get to control the whole thing. So don't let an imaginary audience of some characters in your life that you used to know, or that you know now, control how you feel about yourself and and destroy your peace of mind. All right, get control of your reality. Fuck the imaginary audience. Fuck Johnny Jerkoff from high school. Fuck some girl whose opinion you care about too much. Fuck what your parents think. None of that stuff can hurt you. Okay. Live for you. Live your truth. Be the person that you want to be. Do what you want to do. Fuck what everyone else thinks. Fuck what you think about them in your head. You are free. You are free to live the way that you want to do. As long as you're not hurting anyone else. No one else's thoughts can hurt you unless you let them hurt you. Okay? So fucking important. Your life will get so much better. Please try that experiment. Don't take it on faith, man. Just start doing it today. Start reframing those thoughts. When you start thinking negative about yourself, think where those negative thoughts are coming from. And it almost always it's you're thinking about how someone else perceives you. And just put that to the side, man. Just do it today. Don't take it on faith. Test it out. Test it out and let me know how it goes in the comment section or on my website.